Well met guys, and we're back again for another Best Out of 3 series here in the eHL. That's the eGTV Hearthstone League Season number 1, the Road to Northrend, Cycle number 2. And we've got a pretty interesting matchup for you guys here. We've got Unistar, and I'm sure a lot of you guys still remember him. He is the second placer for the HatSG, which was a little LAN tournament that was held in Singapore. Like last year, I believe. So yeah, it's pretty good to see him here. And he's going to be facing against Angeleyes, who we just did see previously just now there. My name is Larc, by the way, and with me is... Oh my god, I'm going to
Katips.
Yeah,
My name is Katips, and I am the voice of the Philippines in Hearthstone. So I am happy to be here. I'm excited to see this next match. We have Angeleyes representing my home country, of course. So we will see what the next game is going to be, because the last few series we've had have been quite exciting. We've seen a legend player do his magic, show us how it's done. We're seeing old school druid, and now we're seeing an army of dudes throwing themselves at trees with their swords instead of fire. So we'll see what happens next.
It's pretty hilarious to see that in the previous game. But yeah, I mean, Angeleyes, he didn't do that bad. He did take it at least to... Well, it wasn't him that took it to a 3-game series, but at least he did kind of do pretty decently with his Zoo deck. Unfortunately, it did run out of steam there in the second game against Moises, so hopefully he'll have a little bit of a better showing here this time around against Unistar. And again, guys, just want to reiterate, these players, they don't have the best of connections, so if there's any lag issues, that's all on them. So
what are you saying, man? What are you saying?
Nah, I'm just kidding. Just try
I
to
do
be
the
deliberate.
robot voice intentionally. That's my actual voice. What are you saying?
Robot. But yeah.
Robot voice. Here we have Druid versus Warlock.
Oh god, yeah. Alright guys, we have the Druid versus... Oh, it's Druid matchup actually. Mirror matchup.
Ooh, mirror match.
Druid
Very
versus
nice.
Druid. Oh, and look at that! Angeleyes is actually
Ooh.
still running with the Nat Pagel. So that's pretty interesting.
So if you are just joining us for I believe it's season 3 of Hearthstone, we got a pretty big nerf in the term of 2 cards. We have Tinkmaster Overspark losing his magic touch and being thrown into the gnome bench, and we also had a bit of a slight nerf for Nat Pagel, where instead of at the end of the turn that he's played, he has a chance to draw a card. He does it on the following turn, giving the opponent an entire full turn to deal with him. Even so, that puts him in a bit of a questionable value, because not many players would like to run him in that configuration anymore. What do you think of that, by the way, Larc?
I don't know. I actually still feel that it's still kind of alright, but I guess there are a lot of other options, especially since the change to Tinkmaster Overspark. Probably people are, getting rid of Nat Pagel to put in something else that can actually deal with things like bigger minions and stuff like that usually your Tinkmaster Overspark would deal with. But nevertheless, man, we've got a game here, and it's actually going to be pretty fast.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Angeleyes opening big with his bear. That could have been taken out of context. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, okay, bro.
Taking out his big bear to play and going with 4 damage to the face, so getting a lot of value in his turn 1 bear.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And look at that quick response there from Unistar. All he needed to do, just cast 1 Mark of the Wild, and now instantly that turn 1 where he used double innervates is now actually going to be running into quite a problem here with the 6-7. Now, Angeleyes does have the option to, I think it's a pretty obvious one, is to silence it. But the thing is, if he does that, it kind of makes it a minion that can attack.
That's right. So Ancient Watcher, of course, having double value in that it's a 2 to cast 4 or 5, where if you put a taunt on it, like Unistar put it with Mark of the Wild, making him a 6-7 with a taunt. If you do silence him, that's still a 4 or 5 that can attack. So Ancient Watcher, with or without taunts, silenced or not, is a lot of value for 2 mana.
Yep, for sure. And it seems, unfortunately, Swipe will directly deal with the Nat Pagel there. Nat Pagel, by the way, is just not doing his job. No Babels were found. So-called Bagels, I mean. What the hell am I talking about? But yeah,
Who coined Babel? We didn't approve that.
Yeah. No, Babel just coined it himself. What?
Babel.
Yeah, but it seems like here... Now, he does have the option to just end the turn. He doesn't necessarily need to run his 4 or 5 into it. He does have the option. Now, here's the funny thing though. Do you think he should silence his own watcher, or should he silence the opponent's watcher?
That's interesting choice. Well, let's see what he goes with. I'm not actually sure what the optimal play is. I like his 6/7 in play. Let's see what he's gonna go with.
Now, he can actually just throw out the Dreadful. Yep, he's actually gonna do that. So, another huge taunt on the board, and that's a 4/6 right now. So, it's just taunt after taunt after taunt after taunt, and Unistar just doesn't want to let up. And right now, Angeleyes, he gets the Irving Farseer. Now, does that actually help him? No, I don't think it really does.
Not really, because even if he uses it on his bear, it just brings him back up to 4/6. Not much value there. What he needs right now is some damage to take some minions out, because that 6/7 Ancient Watcher played on turn 4 is a big threat at the moment. There's not much way he can get past it without throwing all of his minions at it. So,
well, it seems like I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he should just defend off Argus and block off both his Harvest Golem and that 4/5, or?
I think that's the optimal play. It's gonna give him 3 with an option to hero power also to take out. I don't know. Let's see what he does with it.
Not like, okay, so here he just constantly needs to ignore that 6/7. But here, do you think he should actually run the 3/3
I actually thought about running the 2 taunters into the 6/7 because he still has his own 6/7. His own 5/6 to deal with any other threats.
That's true.
So we'll see.
Definitely.
Unistar also has a possibly good play next turn by putting Shield Bearer a Sunfury Protector on his Harvest Golem, but we'll see what he goes with.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it seems like he's actually gonna do your play there, so good call there. He's actually gonna go ahead and trade both minions, gets the damage Harvest Golem back. Now he's probably gonna end the turn here, and now Unistar. Okay.
That's a good draw. That's a great draw.
Swipe plus Claw will definitely deal with that 5/6. Get rid of the 2/1. Now the thing is, do you really want to do that, or?
I think, well, Angeleyes has 3 cards in hand, so if he plays Swipe and Claw, he would still be at a card advantage because Angeleyes' only other card is a coin. So he does have a bit of a card advantage. It will leave him with the creature with a minion advantage also. So let's see what he does with this.
I was thinking of swiping the 2/3, and I guess that's fine since the 5/6 still can attack.
That's right.
Oh, but
he can just leave it until he has a better threat. But he chooses instead to go with your play of swiping it and then doing a claw on it. So
now here, do you think he should kill the 2/2 or go for face?
I think he should go for face because he can deal with a 2/2 later. And next turn he can pull down the Sunfury Protector and the Harvest Golem, giving him another taunt. He could possibly draw another beefy minion to use with a Sunfury Protector, so he has a lot of options still in his hand, regardless of whether he takes out the Argus or not. But he does choose to clear the board, putting him in a great position on the board with a taunt, with a value Harvest Golem. Yeah. So let's see. Angeleyes pulling a Druid of the Claw out of the deck.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you think that he actually attacked there because he was a little bit afraid of things like the Blank Knight that might just come out and suddenly be used? But I don't think like that would still be a good target to use it on, right? Usually save that for those really big beefy ones. So.
Because at any time you could have another Ancient of War come out on the side of Angeleyes. So, and Unistar could pull out any sort of big taunt creatures. He can have a Caird with Sunfury. He can have another Druid of the Claw. So might not have been the best value even for a Black Knight.
Yep, so he's actually going to go ahead and just keep that 4/6, the Druid of Claw there. Going to play that out, which is good because both minions do have to run into it if he wants to get rid of it, and he will trade both and be left with only a 2/1 on the board. So that's actually really good stuff. Now, he's actually going to Savage Roar here. Okay, so 6 for the trade. I guess. Do you think that was okay to do that? Too late now though to pull back. He has to attack this.
That's right.
What do you think?
Could have been a misplay. That's a lot of card value used up to deal with just a single 4/6.
Yeah, exactly. Now, well, I guess he. I mean, it's too late now. Unistar has to go all in. He has to. Oh, okay.
Huh. Oh, so he'd like to keep his he'd like to keep his bear on board, keeping that six damage a very, very visible threat. So let's see how he deals in the next few turns. He doesn't have much to work with. He's down to his Sun Fury Protector. Angeleyes still has a bit of a slight card advantage. Now he draws Ancient of Lore. It could put him back into it. It could give him some good tempo now if he plays it for the cards.
For sure. And it will still be able to deal with both minions support. So there we go. Card draw. Keeper of the Grove. There's the second one. And
nice.
the Argent Command.
Ooh, Argent Commander. Very nice. He can now get rid of that annoying bear that's been around for 3-4 turns now.
Yep, definitely. So we're probably going to see the 4 and the 2 run right to the face, I'm assuming. As he decides to just, you know, trade here. Which would be very weird.
He could play Sun Fury just to give the just to give the damaged golem a bit of another fighting chance, just to have another presence on the board. Because you lose nothing by playing Sun Fury with or without a minion. That's a 2/3 for 2, so you still get a lot of value even if you don't give taunt to anything.
So do you think here he's actually gonna run 4/4 and then take 5 damage, or do you think just go for face with everything plus his own self?
Plus his own self. That's very tricky because he loses a 2/1 and a 4/4 by running into the Ancient of Lore. I think he's just gonna go for the face, honestly.
Yeah, I mean that's what I meant. Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Sure.
Math is hard.
Math is hard indeed. So he is
hard.
No, Unistar is taking a really long time, man. He's like that old guy that sits in the subway and is, counting his turns. So. Come on, man.
Yellow taste what the tree tastes like. What does the sap taste like of the Ancient of Lore?
Indeed. How does that sweet nectar taste like? Oh, he's actually gonna go for it, so...
He likes your play, so 2 to the face and a mouthful of tree bark. So let's see what he comes up with next.
Okay, so it seems like he's... Yeah, right, so... Yes, he really likes that play there. Unfortunate for him, there's so many things that can actually deal with this. I believe Pure Power plus the Arching Commander can deal with
That's right. Leaving him with a 4/2 on the board and board control with Unistar's single card left in hand. Very easy to deal with Angeleyes, seeing as he has both of his Keeper of the Grove still in hand. And a Yeti, of course, value Yeti, being top decked.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, or do you think he should just go for a little bit more, board advantage? Like play the Yeti, play the... I don't know, maybe even just play the Yeti and that's about it, or... Okay, so...
I think, given Unistar's only 1 card left, he has very, very limited options. So clearing his board and making him think about what, getting a value or putting down creatures or casting a spell. Well, he got very lucky with that one. He just top deck Ancient of Lore and giving him 2 more cards. So, wow. He can pull himself back with 2 Earthen Ring Farseers. Let's see how this goes.
Yep. Now, here's the funny thing, though. There is that Keeper of the Grove. And we all know that can deal 2 damage. He can trade that. Or, alternatively, he could do Wrath plus the Keeper of the Grove, and that's really
right.
good as well. So
exactly right. So, Keeper of the Grove with Wrath, 6 mana. He can go for 10 mana. He can play Yeti, Keeper of the Grove, and Wrath all at the same time.
Yeah, that's actually
with
really
a coin.
Good idea. Yep, for sure. With that coin as
So
well.
that would give him board control. He can actually just sacrifice his commander into the Sun Fury, but that will leave him with a 2/4 and a Yeti. So let's see if he can spot that play. I kind of like that play.
Yep, he might actually just go for it. At least okay, so he does see at least the Wrath play here on top of the Keeper of the Grove, and he's really lagging so hard. Okay, so he is gonna play it. Yep, there we go. Keeper of the Grove is gonna be coming out. Down goes the 5/5. The 4/2 is actually gonna trade with the 2/3. Oh, interesting.
Oh, he goes for Farseer. I think coin might be wasted now in turn 10, but
I guess he can alternatively just go for card draw if he wants.
Yeah.
Honestly, right now Unistar doesn't have much play. He is still set back a bit. He is gonna throw out both the Irving Farseers. Now the thing is, he can actually still trade the board here. That is Angeleyes, and he can still have a 2/1 on the board.
That's right.
Or
Ooh, that's just the
Raph.
value Wrath right there.
Yep.
Wow.
Raph is really good. Raph
Oh
wins
my
game.
gosh. Couldn't have come at a better time. So he can clear out Unistar's entire board now with this next series of plays, even with the 2-4, get the chill win and play, armor up, and then put himself in a great position right now. Unistar, very little options with only an innervate to his name. So the trees have deserted him. They probably went went to our last player. All of the trees.
Exactly. They were like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to do this.
I'm not sticking around for this.
Exactly.
I
So
want to play against the dudes.
so here, do you think he should actually just use the Keeper of the Grove, or like it's not even gonna do anything, honestly?
It's not. Yeah, it's it's a pretty rotten option right now, but he doesn't have many options. But it looks like he's gonna save it. Not just saving to use the value of the battle cry. Not choosing to use it in the beefier creatures.
Interesting. Well, if Unistar comes up on things like a rag, wait, does he even run a rag? Let me just take a quick look here. Where is Unistar? Actually, I don't have it like this. What am I talking about? Okay, so can't really see that. Completely forgot. Now, okay, he does have an option here. He can use the Keeper of the Grove to deal 2 damage to the 4/5, and then taunt it up, so at least he will trade with the Yeti. But
That's right.
after that, like, what's he gonna do?
That's right. And he can just Faceless Manipulator the Keeper of the Grove right back at him.
Exactly. So it's becoming pretty evident right now that Angeleyes is looking really, really good, while Unistar is just having to force his way through by just top decking and wow, Ragnaros.
Wow.
Okay.
Our favorite beast of a legendary comes to join us in the right time. The hypest possible time.
Yep. Now,
The end of a game.
Should he actually just YOLO this up? I mean, I guess Rag is fine here, honestly. Or do you think he should just... Like, he can always just, what do you call this? Faceless Manipulator his Rag the next turn.
He could also do a Faceless on the Taunted Keeper of the Grove. To give him a little bit more defense, so when Rag comes in, he's free for a few turns, especially with Unistar without any options left.
For sure. So now, here's the thing though. Is he going to actually try to trade this? Like, I still prefer, like, he attack into
You like
it.
the YOLO Rag.
Yeah, and
admit
then
it. You just want to see the YOLO Rag.
I just want to see fire from down under. Are we gonna see it? There we go.
Oh yeah, I can't get enough of that animation. That is just too awesome.
So sick, man. Okay, where's it gonna land? It's actually gonna land on face. That's actually pretty good for him. The Druid is effectively down to 3 life, and there's nothing right now that can save Unistar. He knows it's over.
Even the value Yeti has no value at this moment. He's just gonna go for a nice little ping to the face. Unfortunately, it's not enough to save the purging with fire.
Couldn't he have actually just saved himself there, like armor up and then attack face? He would have been at 4 life up, but that's too bad because the top deck too strong.
Yeah, too strong.
That's right.
Ragnaros is gonna get a buddy, also from the pits of hell. So,
so what way?
Game 1 to Angel Star.
Yeah, definitely. So you mean Angeleyes?
Angeleyes.
You kind of combined.
Wait a minute.
Angel Star.
What am I talking about? I'm sorry. My apologies.
I like the Angel Star name. It's pretty.
Angel Star. I was thinking of something else.
Yep. So it seems like Angeleyes man gonna get the first game in this best out of 3 here. So that's pretty interesting. By the way, for those of you who are just tuning in, this is the 3rd best out of 3 series here today for this cycle 2 of eHL season 1. And again, my name is Larc, and with me is none other than
what's my name?
Katips.
Say it.
Katips.
It's not. My name is Katips, joining you from the Philippines with our crappy upload. Thank you for joining us for Cycle 2. We are having a lot of great games right now. Lots of comebacks, lots of slugfests, lots of burrows against trees. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be pretty awesome. I mean, we saw the first game there. Angeleyes, unfortunately, Sorry, not Angeleyes. Unistar.
Angel Star, you can say it. It's fine.
You got me all confused right now. Yeah, Unistar, man, losing that first game against Angeleyes, and Angeleyes is gonna be feeling pretty good after that. Now we might actually see Angeleyes have the same thing happen to him as Moise did. Like Moise lost his game, then he won his game against Angeleyes, and now we might actually see Angeleyes win against Unistar. So it's pretty good stuff. We are jumping into game number 2, guys. So before we get off the track here, it's going to be Control Warrior, I believe. Unistar is going to be playing Control, but I'm not sure exactly what it is.
It could be a YOLO Reynad Warrior in the middle of a high-level tournament. You know, it could catch you by surprise Gorehowl. You never know. But
I think just looking at starting, I'm pretty sure this is the Control Warrior. There we have the Gromash, we have the Shield Block, we have the Frothing Berserker. And as for the Druid there on Angeleyes, of course he gets to keep it there. He has this combination, actually he's gonna keep it. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Okay, no, never mind. That's just me and the lag. Okay.
Yeah.
He actually mulligans his whole hand. He gets a Wrath, so that's pretty good.
Yep. But not much to use it in the early turns against the Control Warrior. You can see that the threats from Unistar are gonna start coming in turn 3, turn 4, or turn 2 Armor Smith to start getting annoying. Oh, very nice draw of Slam, by the way.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, he's so it seems like Angeleyes is just gonna armor up, well, not armor up, but Seer Power up and attack base, and now Unistar. Armor Smith is definitely a decent play here. I don't think there's really a way for Angeleyes to kind of deal with it, so at least it gets some good minion on the board. So Armor Smith gonna be the choice here, and the turn we see really Baron get in the hand, by the way, so that's really nice as well.
Yes, very, very nice. Baron Geddon, of course, the aggro killer, dealing 2 damage every turn to every minion and to every player. It's like a giant, the big brother of the Wild Pyromancer.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. Except you don't really need to cast spells, so that's really awesome.
That's
and
right.
Again, Angeleyes no play, forced to go for face here. And now Unistar, he can play the Frothing Berserker and go for face. Yep, he's gonna do that. That's a Golden Frothing Berserker, by the way, so that's pretty nice.
Very nice.
And Angeleyes does have a good option here. He does have the swipe combination. At the same time, he does have the Chillwind Yeti, which I think is gonna be the play here, I believe.
Yeah, Chillwind Yeti, and he can also do a Sun Fury into that next turn with along with a Wrath. So he has many options. Let's see what he goes with. So looks like he's opting for the Value Yeti. I'm not sure. Half of it is played, half of it is not on my screen. Thank you, Philippine Internet.
Yes, the best. Well, look at that. The best answer Unistar can ask for. A Slam into a Fury Winax.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that top deck is just too strong. Look at that. So
I should pray more to RNGesus because my luck with stuff like this is just horrible. I draw turn 7, turn 8 cards in turn 2, so you know.
Oh,
what
God.
do you do?
Exactly. You just need to pray a little bit harder for sure.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. Frothing Berserker up to 4 damage now. Now that's getting beefier and beefier, and I think that a swipe might actually be warranted here by Angeleyes.
Yeah.
Because that's kind
especially
of
given Unistar's hand. He has a bunch of big threats lined up. He has a Yeti still to play. He can coin into Sylvanas in the next turn. Baron Geddon waiting in the wings. So he has a lot of options. I think Angeleyes' best play is to start removing the threats on the board, especially that Golden Frothing Berserker. It's starting to get too beefy for his comfort.
Yep, look at that, and now at least okay, he's gonna coin into Sylvanas. Interesting play. Do you think that was kind of worth it though? Like, wouldn't you just like to see a little bit more pressure with Chillwind Yeti?
Well, here we are again with the effects of Tinkmaster going away. There is just no way to reliably remove Sylvanas. That's still a 5/5. But what do we see in Angeleyes' hand? Is that a faceless manipulator waiting to take a sister, playing her own game? Oh snap! Let's see what happens with. If he tries to go for a Sylvanas, he could just literally start taking off Unistar's cards.
Yeah, that's actually a really good play here. I didn't quite think about that. Now that is definitely an option. Now, do you think he should? So you think he's actually gonna go for Faceless Manipulator? Oh, he's actually thinking about Wrathing. Interesting. Well, I guess he could Wrath, but that doesn't do anything. Like, Swipe is not gonna kill the 5/5.
That's right.
He needs Blood Mage Falnos right now.
Yeah.
Let me
He
just take
could go for a Wrath and swipe. He has enough mana for a swipe into a Wrath. Getting rid of Sylvanas, getting a card draw in the process as well, but he chooses to go with a copy of Sylvanas, putting that as a threat on the board. So Unistar, of course, just has the simple option of just killing Sylvanas outright and taking his Sylvanas. So, he could find a way.
Wait, let's see.
Let's see.
What he could do is he could potentially
5 for the face.
Like if he runs his 5/5 into the 5/5, he loses his 1/3, right?
You know, I'm not sure they fixed that. It could go, the 1/3 could go either way. He could keep it or he could lose it.
Okay, well, it's kind of a toss-up here. Now, does he go for the chance play here and go a little bit more theoretical and just try it out a bit, or does he go with the option of just running his 1/3 into the 5/5 and then dealing with it with the 5/5?
Ooh, tricky. I wouldn't know what to play in this.
It just feels like such a waste, though, because like 2 cards just for that 1 Sylvanas.
And that just shows how much of a threat she is again, even at 6 mana, going back into favor without Tinkmaster to stop her. And not many decks running many silence also, which is actually a nice advantage for Druid, since his Keeper of the Groves have 2 silences by themselves. He can choose to bring a Spellbreaker, he can choose to bring additional silences specifically to stop threats like this. So,
or alternatively, do you think he could just hero power up, shield slam, run the axe into it, and hope that it steals the 1/3? Like go for the RNG play. Do you think it's kind of okay, or it's a little bit too risky?
It's a little risky.
Okay, so he's thinking about 5/5 to the 5/5. Now
he's thinking about everything we've said.
Yeah, let's
all
see
the possible options. Yeah. Let's
see the mechanics if he decides to do that. Because if he's trading here, honestly, that's such a good value there for Angeleyes. Yeah, if he's gonna go for the trade, just a safer play and play the Yeti and probably hero power up, I guess. Yep. So he's gonna hero power up and then end the turn. All right. So not gonna see anything flashy there. Just going.
Didn't have any Sylvanas and Sylvanas action as we were hoping, but there you go. Big beefy value Yeti now on board for Unistar. Let's see what Angeleyes does to deal with it. 1 turn away from the thunder from down under.
Exactly.
We want to see Rag every game. Come on.
I'm guessing he's probably just gonna go with Ancient of Lore play here, right? Or do you think he should just something else?
Unistar can get a lot of value, especially with Whirlwind. He can just, if he plays Ancient of Lore, just run Yeti into it, do a Whirlwind, draw a card. So, I mean, if he puts down Acolyte as well.
Acolyte, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, where did the draw card mechanic?
Yeah, sorry. I was looking right at him and I forgot to play him in my head. So.
Alright, so Ancient of Lore going to be coming out. Ancient Teachings there. So what cards is he going to get? He's going to get an Innervate.
Very nice.
And a Keeper of the Grove. So that's really good for him. And he's going to end the turn there. Unfortunately, Cruel Taskmaster is going to be coming up here. He could potentially just use the Cruel Taskmaster, but I guess going for your play is fine as well. Get a little bit more out of the Acolyte of Pain. Plus, additionally, he can Cruel Taskmaster it for another card draw and make it a free 1. But of course, that still dies to things like Rav, so probably not thinking of that. He's just gonna go for the even safer play. Armor up, Shield Slam. The Cruel Taskmaster. Wow, look at the damage. That is a 6/4 right to the face.
Ouch.
And down to
Very
19.
nice. Yep.
Angeleyes, man, he's probably thinking, shit, what do I do here? Swipe is probably a really good play, though.
Where's Thalnos? Is nobody running Blood Mage right now? Getting value out of the swipe?
Yeah, let me take a quick look at Angeleyes deck and see if he's running Thalanos.
He could also do just, we are at turn 8. You know what turn 8 means. Nice bright orange card in hand.
Or additionally, he could go safer as your Drake and swipe.
There you go.
Wait, he does. Yeah, Innervate. Yeah, Innervate swipe.
Innervate swipe, come on. Yes. So, that was a very lucky draw. Wow, that's just what he needed.
So Swipe is gonna deal with the board here. That's very good for him. Has a huge 4/4 minion on the board. I really wouldn't say it's a huge one, it's just a decent one. But again, Unistar can deal with this. Baron Geddon plus killing that off is actually pretty good. Because any sort of aggression is now gonna be coming up from Baron Geddon. And when you're racing down, look at that. Like,
there we go. He goes for your play. Good call.
So Baron Geddon is really good here, and now Angeleyes, he can still deal with this though. There is that silence, so that's always.
And here comes questionable value net.
Oh yeah, exactly. Raph.
So he's probably gonna
Yeah, Raph and just Keeper of the Grove. Make sure it dies.
That's right.
Doesn't even need to silence it. Even better.
So what options does Unistar have left to finish this off? He's just used. His Grommash hasn't come out yet. He mulliganed that earlier.
Well, I'm guessing Angeleyes is gonna play Nat Bagel here for sure. No, yes, maybe. Sheer power up attack. Would you want Nat Bagel to be seen here? I think it's better to just destroy him out since he's not gonna get anything else done sitting in hand.
No, I don't like Nat Bagel anymore. He was bad for me even back in the day. He's even worse for me now. So,
Interesting.
But Angeleyes, we take what we can get. The struggle is real. We take what cards we can draw. So.
Yep. Let's see here. I believe that right now, Unistar's probably thinking about using the Acolyte plane on top of the Whirlwind there. He's probably going to execute the...
I think he doesn't have to leave. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything for Nat. I think he just needs to get rid of the 2/3 threat. Let Nat kill himself on lame draws.
Yeah, that is actually quite true. Well, he does get a A-bomb. The Abomination, by the way. That's actually a card we rarely see.
And again, getting all of these value taunt creatures, getting value back from Tinkmaster getting benched. So we are seeing a lot more variety in the removals in the decks. So, and also the taunt minions coming out to play. So we're getting a lot of variety in the current meta.
Yep, and again, that Bagel doesn't fish a bagel, sorry. Oh my god. Babel not doing his job, too busy doing the production.
Little known trivia, if you look at the art of Nat Pagel, he does have Dynamite right beside him. So in the times when he can't draw the fish on his own, he has a backup plan.
Indeed. That is definitely something to take into consideration here, for sure. Now, Angeleyes though, do you think he should play the YOLO Rag?
I would play YOLO Rag every time. Every time.
Okay, he's actually gonna go for the Defender of Argus play here. Interesting. So Nat Pagel to run into it and then trade everything? Oh, interesting. Wow. That's kind of
wow.
So
that's a great play. I like that.
Okay, but here's the thing. Unistar can actually deal with that. Execute plus Cruel Taskmaster too strong.
Ooh. This is why Control Warrior is so good.
Yeah.
Strong.
Alternatively, he could just YOLO Brawl.
YOLO Brawl.
But again, that's just too
50% chance to leave Rag.
Exactly. Especially since it's like down to 12 life. I'm probably not gonna do that. So just gonna go for Cruel Taskmaster execute play here. Unfortunately, Cruel Taskmaster does die, but he gets a beefy 4/5 minion before and armors up. So Unistar slowly getting a little bit back into his favor here, down to 14 life effectively, and Angeleyes is still up at 15. Does have the if he top decks the Savage Roar, he will win this game.
That's right, for exactly 14 damage off of the combo.
Now let's see, what is the card gonna be? Oh, Unistar is still thinking, does he execute this card? Does he want to? Do you really want to execute this card though?
My goodness, if Angeleyes draws Savage Roar, what a turn of events. That would be so lucky for him.
Okay, what is it gonna be? It's so lag, come on, lag, fight through the lag. What is it gonna be? Is it the Savage? No!
Oh. Value Yeti losing his value at this point in the game. We wanted the Savage Roar, unfortunately, to finish it out.
Well, he can actually just play Ancient of War.
Yeah, and then put a ton on it.
Possible.
But then we do have to think about the threat of the Brawl still in Unistar's hands, saving that for the right time.
So, wonder what it's gonna be. What's gonna happen here, though? Let's see here. I guess his only option is run 2-1 into the 2-2 and play the Ancient of Lore, see what it gets.
Mhm.
Probably get something awesome.
He can also put a taunt right alongside the Ancient of Lore also.
Mhm.
So he just has some sort of defense against Angeleyes.
Well, okay, so he's gonna just Ancient of Lore first, right? For sure. Let's see what cards he gets. He's still thinking. Does he want to heal himself up?
Tough choice.
He's gonna go for. Okay, so he's gonna go for the card draw. Let's see what cards he's gonna get. He's gonna get a Wrath and a Defender of Argus. So Defender of Argus is pretty good there. But again, what does he play here? He does have the Wrath. Wrath really won't do much here.
Well, he can take out Yeti with Wrath and the 2-1.
I get. Yeah, actually, that's quite true. Yeah, definitely. Completely forgot about that.
And then he still has a large comeback factor with the Argent Commander.
Actually, it's really good. Now let's see what's gonna happen though, because right now Unistar doesn't have much of can go for the YOLO Brawl again.
Or he can just run the 2-2 into it, put down Acolyte, and then execute the 5-5.
That is an option for sure.
Just to remove the 5-5 threat. Unfortunately for him, Angeleyes has a lot more threats where that came from.
And it's gonna get even much more scarier. And that Acolyte Pain is probably not gonna get any value because well, it's only gonna get a card draw. It's not gonna get as much as he wants. But but Archie Commander actually gonna be the play here to instantly kill off the one.
Ooh, look at that! Value Commander, value Yeti.
Yep. And he gets another. He's actually gonna. Okay, so he's gonna go for face, and he's gonna play the Chomin Yeti for sure.
I think now is the time to use Brawl. Could this be? What do you think? If he plays Brawl now, he has a 33.3 repeating chance to to win the Brawl.
Yep.
Oh, Frothing Berserker! Oh my gosh.
Let's see what's gonna happen.
Let's see what's gonna happen.
I think it should. Well.
33 is better than. Oh, what's he gonna do? Is he bringing it up to 25%?
The thing is, if he brawls, right, and if the 4-2 still comes back, it's still pretty bad because it's still a 4-2, plus it has a shield. Oh, he actually gets a decent draw here, so very War Oh my god, he's actually gonna brawl right now? Wow. Okay, so there we go with the YOLO Brawl. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Oh no, Commander.
That's a little bit unfortunate.
Showing his rank, throwing his rank around. Unfortunately making Unistar eat 4 to the face. So he is down to 8. Any moment now, he can draw Savage Roar and just end this outright.
Yep. Come on. Well, actually, isn't that game? Yep.
Doesn't have enough. Oh yeah, he does. Okay.
All right. So there we go. That's gonna be the second game for Angeleyes, and this is, I think, the first clean series in this tournament. Keeper of the Grove to finish it off and ends the game. What a way to end this.
That's a great comeback for Angeleyes. I really like how he played. Lots of getting a lot of value from his minions, getting a lot of value from his matchup even. So
definitely. Man, Unistar, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping for a little bit of a better play coming out from him in this best out of 3, because being second place in the Hat SG does play a certain role. He did kind of win against Kiro.
I'm trying to figure out where it went wrong for him, because he had a pretty good control. He wasn't down and out until the very last minute. Was it just down to the draws of Angeleyes, you think? What do you think? Where do you think it turned bad for Unistar?
Well, I just feel like Unistar maybe had a couple of questionable plays where he could have just, done your play where he just played the Acolyte Pain and instantly get card draw. Because if he was able to get a couple of more card draws, then he has a little bit more, options for him.
Yeah. Because towards the end of turn 8, I believe, he was down to 1 card. He was just holding on to Brawl for dear life. And he didn't have many options. He was, he played his last Acolyte of Pain in the very, very end of the game where it couldn't get much value. he had, he had so many opportunities. He had Whirlwind, he had Baron Geddon, he even had the Abomination to be able to use it against, but he wasn't able to get maximum value off of his Acolyte.
Yep. So it's really sad to see that way go. So, anyways, guys, so that will have to do it for this best out of 3. Though, don't go anywhere. We still have a lot more Hearthstone action, and I do believe the next series is gonna be Unistar himself versus ADYFB, the legend player from Singapore. So that's gonna be a pretty close matchup. Who's gonna take it? We'll just have to wait and see. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.